Assalamu Alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing well. I had a plan to record a couple of videos in the last couple of days, but it hasn't, it didn't happen because I wasn't well. But Alhamdulillah, now I'm feeling better. My voice is kind of coming back. So I want to do a couple of videos next 24 hours just to kind of share with you guys. I share with you my portfolio every single week. And I show you transparently, literally everything that I own so far in terms of stocks. I do own two accounts. This one, Trading 212, and Freetrade, which has about £2,400. When I started with absolutely nothing. I started putting a couple of £100 here and there, and then once I understood how important it is to invest, that's when I started putting about 1,000 every single month. Some months I put a little bit more. You've seen it. I've been transparent enough. Okay, I hope it's inspiring. I hope it's helping. I hope it's making a difference in your life. And if that's the case, all I ask is just click that like button, okay? Because that means more people will find the videos and hopefully we can help more brothers and sisters. The aim of this thing is just to, this whole YouTube thing is just to help others. And if we can do that together, that will be absolutely amazing, okay? So today, what we're going to talk about is how can you start investing, and before you even start investing, what are some of the steps that you need to take, and what are some of the steps that I've taken. Remember, this is my journey and I want to share with you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know everything. I know certain things, and that's what I share with you guys every week. Okay, so I want to show you what I had to do in order to be able to get to this stage, because the money that you see here comes from my salary. Every month I try to save enough so I can put it into the stock market and other investment things that I have. Okay, and this is what I want to share with you today. So what are some of the steps? If you're starting now, if you're in your early 20s, and this is, you are in this situation where you're thinking about starting investing, you're on the right track. Trust me, you are definitely on the right track. If I knew this information that I have right now in early 20s, right now I'll probably have 200 to 300,000 portfolio, whatever. Okay. The reason for that is because of the compounding effect, and something that we're going to talk about later on. So what I want you to think about is, if you're in your 20s and you're at 30s or 40s, it doesn't matter as long as you start investing, as long as you have your end goal. Remember, we're not doing this just to make money and be rich. We're doing this so hopefully one day you can retire if you want to. Okay, I love my job. I don't think I'm ever going to retire, but at least it will give me the freedom to do the things that I want to do. Okay, and provide for my family first and foremost. So if that is the kind of thing you want to do, okay, please like these videos. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's talk about how to get here. So the first thing I want you to think about is putting some money to the side. What this means is, every single month when you get paid, put money aside, okay, for the next 5 months. Have that emergency fund. What that means is, if anything happens, okay, you lose your job, something happens, at least you've got something to fall back to, okay, and you're not starting from scratch. You're not going to sell your investments. You're not going to worry about what's going to happen. You've got 3 to 6 months worth of, expenditure that you've saved. So if your mortgage is so and so, if you have, some things that you need to pay off, like normal bills and British gas on your case or whatever it is, put 3 to 6 months worth of your expenditure, the things that you're spending on, everything's on, like your normal grocery or whatever, put that to a side. Once you've got that and you're not touching that money, okay, then you can start thinking about moving forward. And the next thing is on the how to do this, okay? This is not easy. I'm just saying put it aside, but how do you do it? One of the things that you should think about is pay yourself first. So when your money comes in for that month, so you get paid in January. So 30th of January, you get paid. As soon as you get paid, the first thing that's going to happen, you automate your money so it goes straight into your savings. And we'll talk about the savings, why we're putting in the savings account for now, okay? We'll talk about that in a bit. But remember, you've already done 3 to 6 months savings in the account. So that savings just sitting there for now. You then get paid, and straight away, maybe £1,000, maybe 500, maybe whatever you can, 5%, 20% of your income goes straight to savings account without you doing anything about it. You automate it such a way that it goes straight in there. And the reason for this is I read a book a long time ago, and I found it recently again, the same book. It's called The Latte Factory. Okay, is this old man who meets a young woman, and she wants to buy stuff but she can't afford to. Okay, and what he says to her is basically, if you save the £5 that you're using for the latte every single day, okay, you will achieve your goals. And some of the things he talks about is how to basically the compound interest, how effective that is, and how it can actually help you become a millionaire, and why automation, not budgeting, is a key to financial success. Automation basically just means, the things that he talks about in this book is you basically automating, and meaning your money comes in and it goes straight into your savings account. You're not budgeting, you're not thinking about, oh, this month I've got to save this and that, or I have to cut this part. No, you already made your decision. If you get paid £3,000 a month, you put 1,000 straight into that account. It goes in there first and foremost. If you want a financial success, that's what you need to do. Okay, and then he talks about how saving $5 a day is enough to reach a financial freedom for a long period of time. And we're not just talking about just savings, we're talking about using that money for something else, which we will come to that, obviously investing, but we'll come to that in a second. Okay, so you've made some, basically you put money aside, you now paid yourself first. So what do we do with that money? We then eliminate unnecessary spending. So remember, in order to be able to achieve this, in order to forget that £1,000 you automated, you have to eliminate unnecessary spending. And that's really important. This means you're not buying that coffee, okay, that latte, that's going to cost you you becoming a millionaire, whatever, okay? You're not going to buy a new watch or new iPhone, new this and new that. You're not going to chase the next big car, whatever, okay? So the most important thing for me and for you, I think, is just to make sure that you don't spend on things that you really do not want to. Okay, yes, you can have the odd things here and there, but it's very important that you think about your end goal. Okay, no one is saying, don't live your life and don't do this and that. It's just important that you know your end goal, you know what you want. And by saving a little bit every single month, okay, not buying the latest shiny iPhones, whatever, you can potentially save yourself a couple of £100 that you can potentially do something else with. For example, investing. So now you've managed to put some money aside. You've eliminated unnecessary spending. Now you're ready to invest. Okay, and this is really important. This is the most important part in here. Okay, yes, you need to save some money, but you need to do something with that money. You can't just leave it on savings account. Okay, so you've already got some money in your emergency fund. You've saved some money. You cut a few things here and there. Now put that money to work. Okay, and this is important. So when you're doing this, we talk about in this channel a lot about stocks and so on, but there are other ways. Okay, you can buy a property if you wanted to. If you had the money to, and you saved up enough money, buy a property, buy a nice home, buy to let, for example, and get some passive money from that investment every single month. Buy do a dividend stock, for example, or buy a growth stock, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, then start putting that money to work. And this is really important. So the next step is to make sure you protect your wealth, and you really have to be careful here. So when we say put money to work, we're not talking about buying NFTs. We're not talking about buying cryptocurrencies and things that do not have underlying assets and so on. And people can argue all day long about how amazing these assets are, okay, if we can call that. But it's just to me, they are very speculative. You want your money to grow, and you want to sleep well at night knowing that your investment is protected. Right now, all these companies that I own in here are more or less companies that I know they're going to be around for a long time. I bought them when some of them were undervalued. Hence why a lot of them are actually now in the green, okay? Even if they were in the red, I will still buy more. Things like companies like Unilever and so on. I know they're not very speculative. There might be the Teslas, couple of Tesla and maybe Salesforce, for example. Maybe I've got another company called CrowdStrike and so on. There are about a couple of those companies, but that's like almost the 2% of my overall portfolio. So it's not a lot if you think about it, okay? So you really need to think about where you're putting your money. Please don't do what other people are doing and just don't follow the hype. Don't buy stocks that are not, trading high multiples and so on. So companies like Peloton, for example, if we're talking about investments that has not gone to plan, look at this, right? A year ago, this stock was $165 per share. And right now, we're looking at about $35, $36 per share. It lost 76% just this year. And that's mad. So just this year, actually, almost 76%. And that's ridiculous. A lot of people have actually bought this stock and are right now holding it. And if you're one of those brothers and sisters, that's absolutely fine, okay? You make mistakes and you do this, these things do happen, but you really need to think about the end goal. The end goal is not just to make a quick money and then basically just do some. The end goal is to be wealthy and to be able to retire when you want it without having to worry about what the markets are doing. This is very speculative. This is a small company. They're very speculative. They only came out not long ago. Their product is great, but it's just in the end of the day, it's a treadmill. That's all it is. Okay. It's a running machine. What can you do? There's not a lot to it. There's a technology behind it. I get that. Okay. But that's not gonna, yes, during COVID, that was brilliant. But right now, it's not. And that's why a lot of the investors have lost a lot of money in this company. So this is the kind of company when I'm talking about when I say really be careful. So you need to protect your wealth. Okay. And then final step in this is education. Okay. Education. The reason I say that is because everything I've learned in the stock market and properties in the last 2-3 years is because I've actually made a conscious decision to actually go over, basically buy millions of different books. And I'm over exaggerating, but I've read about 10 to 15 books about stock markets, just stock markets. The reason I did that is because I wanted to know everything before I start investing. And I think initially I was trying to learn everything I could before I started investing, but then all the crash and all that started happening. And I thought, you know what, let me just put some money in and then learn it on the job as well. And that's what I've been doing. I'm still learning. I don't know everything, okay, but education is important. Whatever it is you want to invest, if you want to get into buy to let properties and that's your passion, okay, then learn about that, okay? If you want to do deal sourcing, if you want to do like a flipping houses, if you want to go and houses under the hammer, or homes under the hammer, whatever it's called, okay, and you want to buy a couple of properties, do it up nicely and then sell it on the market, okay, then that's perfect. Do that. But don't just buy speculative assets, please. Whatever you do, stay away from speculative assets. So this is some of the things that helped me, okay? I just have a 9 to 5 job. I save every month. I automate a lot of my payment. As you've seen so far, I deposit every single month about £1,000. Every week I do 250. Sometimes I do a little bit more, but overall, my target is about £1,000 every single month. And the reason I can do that is because I've automated it and I know that money is for this. Whatever happens, whatever is left over, that's what we use. And by trying to eliminate unnecessary spending, sometimes means fighting with the wife, okay, saying the kids cannot have this and this because this month we did, you know what I mean? It does happen, but I try to eliminate unnecessary spending. Then we put that money to work and we've now invested this much money. And there are other investments that I've made, which I will share with you guys, inshallah, okay, once everything is finalized. But I will definitely share that with you in 2020. Okay, protect your wealth. be careful what you're investing in. Okay, it's really, really important. And then education. Okay, education. That's really important, that you need to make sure that you educate yourself, and you need to make sure you know what you're doing before you start investing. Investing is not just a game. Okay, you have to think about as it strategically what you want to do, what you want to get out of, and read. Okay, read as much as you can. I've got loads of different websites that I use. I love audiobooks. I've got loads of books at home, like every little holiday. Right now I'm reading a great book called Rachel Weisz or something else, I can't remember now. Great book, and once I finish that, in fact, I will share that with you. And talking about reading books and education, next video we are going to look at, or next video after, we're going to look at some of the books that have actually helped me with stock markets. So some of the books that I've read and that helped me to get into the stock market, to learn what to do and so on. So I hope you find some sort of value in this video. I've noticed there's a lot of brothers and sisters are quite young, in their early 20s, that are joining us. Okay, and this is for them, this is for us, this is for every single one of us. This shows us, how important it is to have a discipline and to understand there's a process. You can't just jump on straight away by 3 a.m. and expect it to double whatever. You need to have the education, you need to have the money, you need to have the discipline, and you need to know what you're investing in. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and share with your family and so on. And I really, really appreciate the help that we've got so far. And like I said, this is not just for me, this is for everybody out there. If we can help another brother or sister to actually get into the wealth side of things, okay, inshallah, that will help our ummah, and obviously that will help everyone else around us, inshallah. Assalamu Alaikum. Take care, everybody.